In this video, we are going to make Chinese style pork spare ribs. And in this Pyrex dish, I went ahead and boiled 3 pounds of pork spare ribs, and then I cut it into smaller pieces. So you want to go ahead and do that beforehand. And then now I'm preparing the sauce where I'm going to boil the spare ribs to give it that Chinese flavor. In this mixing bowl, I have a cup of chicken stock. If you don't have any chicken stock, you can just use the chicken bouillon that you can buy from the grocery store and just do a cup of that. To this, I will add a half a cup of sugar. So a half a cup of sugar, a half a cup of vinegar, okay, you want to add a couple tablespoons of soy sauce. Soy sauce here. I'm just going to use this measuring cup for the couple tablespoons, and I'm just going to eyeball it. That looks a little bit more than a couple tablespoons. So just put 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, also 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, and the cornstarch is what's gonna make your sauce thick when it boils. When I boiled the pork spare ribs, I added a little bit of salt. Alright, so now that you have your ingredients ready in here, just go ahead and mix it up until your sugar and your cornstarch melts. And I'm going to go ahead and get my pan ready, and then I'll be right back. Alright, I went ahead and heated up my pan. And you don't need any oil for this. What you want to go ahead and do is put your spare ribs in your wok, or whichever pan you're using. Cook it on. You want to put your heat to medium heat. And I like slicing my spare ribs into smaller pieces so that it's easier to eat. And to this, I am going to add our mixture that we did earlier. And just pour it in there, and then just wait for it to boil. You want to go ahead and make sure that your spare ribs are, pre-boiled, so that it's already soft and easier to cook. All we're doing is boiling it in the sauce, so that the spare ribs absorbs the flavor of our sauce. So just cover it and then wait for it to boil. Alright, this doesn't take too long to boil, and as you can see, the sauce is going to get really thick because we added the cornstarch. If you think the sauce is too thick for you, you can add a little bit more liquid. You can add a little bit of hot water to thin it out, or you could add a little bit more broth if you have any broth left over. I'm going to go ahead now and just turn the meat so that it coats all the parts of your spare ribs. To this, I am going to add a little bit of oyster sauce. So just a little bit of oyster sauce. maybe a quarter of a cup. And I just eyeballed that, but if you want precise measurements, you can use a measuring cup. And just mix this around. And this just makes the sauce a little bit darker and adds a little bit more flavor to it. So this doesn't take too long to cook, as long as you already have your pork boiled. I usually use a pressure cooker to make my pork tender, but if you don't have one, you can just boil it until it's tender. I'm just gonna let this boil a tad bit more, cover it up, and then it should be ready in a couple minutes. Alright, this is almost ready. I just need to add some pepper. So just add as much pepper as you want. If you want it a little bit spicy, you can add some red pepper flakes. And you can taste it and see if you need to add any more seasoning. I tasted it a little bit earlier and it tasted fine to me. There you go. Very easy to make, and this we usually serve over steamed rice. And this is our Chinese style pork spare ribs. Try it out and let me know how it turns out. Thanks for watching.